Today, I'll cover the trades that I recently traded. In this video, I'll talk about high time frame analysis, low time frame analysis, market makers stop hunts, and the first trade example. In the next video, I'll continue with the next two trades from today's analysis. Do not miss it, I'll cover so many things. Okay, for the newcomers, we continue our free price action video course. We completed market structure breaks, order blocks, breaker blocks, Quasimodo, and the optimal trade entries with Fibonacci. And again, you need to watch the videos in order. I'll also publish the study documents on Google Drive for free if you are interested. Now let's see the examples. I start with 4 hours time frame. I do not even record the 1-day chart because it's just a falling knife. However, I'll teach you the best places to short because there are so many bull traps and fake bull attacks to consider. Okay, before shorting an asset in an environment like this, you have to be really careful with bull traps. What I do is here draw my market structure from the most significant high to low and create my range. Okay, I draw my Fibonacci tool from the most significant high to the most significant low. Furthermore, I use the gain box to visually determine my premium and discount zones. Let's see what we have here. First of all, I ignored this giant imbalance for a possible short position because it's under my break-off structure and it is also in the discount zone. I want to sell my house for 250k, not 150k. However, sometimes prices react to it and sharply drop. You can never know that. I sometimes use them, but it is not the best place to short. Secondly, I determine possible imbalances and my OTE area for the best possible price levels. Okay, as you can see, a great imbalance appeared below. A great magnet for short bias. Plus, it's supported by 0.2 and 0.3 OTE target, which I take partial profits from. However, I traded in low time frames. My idea was simple. I found my gameplay area. I was going to short most break of structures in the low time frames, from OTE to OTE, from imbalance to imbalance, from premium zone to discount zone. As you can see here, we have two imbalances. The first reacted really well from premium zone to EQ balance. However, as I always say, the deepest extreme imbalances are the best ones. Finally, equal lows appeared here, another price magnet that will pull the price down. Okay, I want to show you how a beginner trader hunted for liquidity. Please watch it carefully. I'll also show how beginner smart money price action traders also hunted. I want you to think this. What did you learn when you started trading? Trend line trading, support resistance line trading, chart patterns trading. All these beginner trader concepts are fuel for the market makers. As you can see here, there is an amazing downtrend resistance line. Many beginner traders will draw this line and say, oh great, let's open a short position here, and place stop loss above this, which is where the liquidity lies. I guess the downtrend liquidity is quite clear here. I also want to show you something else. What else do beginner traders use? Head and shoulders pattern. Can you see the inverse head and shoulders pattern here? Just right here. How do you enter an inverse head and shoulder? It breaks the neckline, retests, and then you enter a trade right here. Another liquidity area for you. You guys see actually how simple it is to identify where market makers aim to hunt stop losses. Okay, now in this part you'll witness how the beginner smart money price action traders are hunted with fake market structure break. I got this question a lot. Which MSB I will trade? Which OB I will trade? Which break of structure? Here's my solution for you. Check the left of your chart in high time frames and confirm as supply and demand area in high time frames with main trend. You just do not trade every order block or market structure break. Can you see the difference between fake and real market structure breaks? What is the fuel to move the price? It is imbalance and it is liquidity. As you can see, stop loss hunted. First fuel, imbalance tapped, and second fuel for short. Okay, this video is getting really long. I'll show the first trade that I took, and in the next video I'll show the other two trades that I took. Let's see. As you can see, we keep making strong breaks because we got the fuel needed from imbalance and stop loss hunts in high time frames. And price keep making equal lows to be hunted. Even more reasons for short. Okay, what do we have here? Order block, breaker block, OTE, imbalance, premium zone, and also high time frame fuel is ready for shorts. My stop loss is at the previous swing high, as you can see. My target is equal lows because the liquidity waits there. Okay folks, I really got tired today. I also took two more trades with this 4-hour bearish move, which I'll explain in a couple of days. Furthermore, I hope that you are improving really well. If you apply this, you'll be successful. Would you like to subscribe to the channel and help me to grow it? Thank you, take care, and see you soon.